Hi everybody!
It's FoxxC.
And Kitty.
And this is
FoxxC and Kitty Adventures.
And it's Tuesday and
Yes,
we
it
watched a
is.
movie again.
Today's movie review. We saw... Creed 2.
And...
What a disappointment.
do you want to talk about the good things?
The good things! Awesome fighting. I love the fighting.
Yeah,
It was good.
it's hard to make a boxing match look boring on camera.
Yeah.
It's very challenging.
Oh yeah. No, it felt real. You get the oohs and the pains and all that's there.
And as someone with experience in boxing ring,
Yeah.
yeah.
And his experience with permanent pains and whatnot. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hitting a certain spot, you feel it.
Oh yeah.
Cinematography.
Yeah, it was. There were some very excellent shots in this movie. Some that I
Some were
sat back.
overused.
There were
But-
definitely some camera moves that were overused. Move. New character.
Yeah.
We're just gonna move the camera. We're just gonna change the focal point. Put somebody else's face in focus like 4 times.
There were points I felt where the focus should have been in focus, just for a split second at least, but they did. It was just out of focus the whole time. Anyway.
What else was good? The music was good.
Yes.
Yeah,
Soundtrack was great.
Yeah, and I thought like visually the movie, just aesthetically, it was a very pleasing film. I thought it looked good.
Yep.
And it had like a nice combination of urban aesthetic.
There was a part that I didn't. So, what I'm used to is there's a part where you just sit in a locker and you talk with somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and all muscular and built up. But I'm like, he would have had been working really hard, and you don't just sit there for a long period of time. And I'm like, this feels out of place.
At which part?
He was getting ready for a fight, and he was all muscular and sweaty after a workout, to get all that muscle built up for the fight.
Yeah.
But he'd been sitting there for a while before...
Going out?
Before the talk. And then the talk happens for a while as well.
Okay.
That was with Rocky?
Yeah.
When he made his appearance?
Yeah, at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And from what I understood with working out, with fighting, with stuff, you gotta keep moving after you've got pumped up. And he was still for so long. I was like, when you start kind of seizing up,
No.
I don't know. His shoulder kept doing that twitch thing that it wasn't voluntary. It was like...
Yeah, but that's just your adrenaline going. Like, guaranteed going into a fight like that.
But he looked so calm. Like, that's the thing. That's what felt off about
that.
that.
That's the tension. And that's like, so like, for athletes at a high level, the tension is balancing your anxiety and your control to get a performance. So you're trying to like he in the moment he knows he's got to go put his body on the line.
Yeah. And
he's loose and he's engaged, but he has to keep a lid on it. And that's the tension of
and then he totally ruins it. But anyway.
Well, but like being able to...
He goes after fucking Drago right off the bat.
Oh, that's a different fight though.
No, that was the beginning.
No, in the beginning he fights the other guy. He fights like the heavyweight champion and he wins.
Oh, right. I'm
like,
getting my
setup,
scenes mixed
That's
up.
the setup. The setup is that he... Or he
I knew
fights
I wasn't
the
ready
first
yet.
challenger or something like
Ugh.
that. Oh no, he becomes the heavyweight champion like right away. Spoiler alert. It's been out for 2 weeks. We don't care.
This part will just probably...
So let's talk about who's in it. Michael B. Jordan, of course, stars as...
Yes, we had people
Creed.
coming back from the first one. We had his mother.
Who was Felicia Rashad.
Yep.
And Tessa Thompson plays his girlfriend,
Yep.
E.
And
Sly Stallone, of course.
Yes. I wanted more Bianca. Give me more her. Like, she should have been in it, like, at the beginning singing. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, we'll have some takes on that.
Her music's awesome too. I love her voice.
Dolph Lundgren glowered his way through this one like he did Rocky IV.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Florian Montaño, who played the apparent antagonist Drago, the younger Victor Drago, glowered his way through Creed 2.
We'll talk about him too.
And then Russell Hornsby was Buddy, who is the kind of matchmaker of the fights, the fight promoter, who's kind of sleazy, but maybe he's not so sleazy, but maybe he's just in it for the money, but maybe he's not.
He's absolutely sleazy, and he picks on those at the weakest point.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then Wood Harris as the Tony Burton, the other trainer of Creed.
Yep.
That was it. Director Stephen Caple Jr. and written by Sylvester Stallone and Jewel Taylor, and Kramer Morgenthau did the cinematography. And he's done some movies lately. So.
More good stuff about it was the acting.
Yeah.
Like, it was... I enjoyed...
When they needed to get the emotion that they wanted out of the scene, they got it out of the scene. And there were times when I'm like, okay, that was good. That was a good acting job. So noticing that was really nice.
Yeah.
Being able to notice good acting.
I feel like there's nothing wrong with the acting.
Yeah.
Other good stuff.
Kind of running out.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the bad and ugly.
This movie was so fucking boring.
Oh my god, such a flop. Like, you got all this good stuff going.
Oh.
The story. I need to fight because Dad, but had nothing to do
Then
with it.
I need to fight because me, and it was like that was kind of the plot of the first.
Yeah.
Rocky IV.
Well, like that's the thing. It was like,
and
if
like
you wanted to go see a rehashed Rocky, go ahead see it. You'll enjoy it for it. That's.
And for those for those movie fans out there who have seen Rocky IV and remember that movie, the politics were very much like America, Russia, Cold War, and the politics of this one are very much America, Russia, Cold War,
and
kind of 2018 version, and it is super, it's kind of awkward.
And then there's like the ugly, and I don't like to get into politics with this stuff, but
no, you should.
Such toxic masculinity of me big strong solve with fight.
I mean, it is a boxing movie. But you're right.
No, people
this movie could have
help
been
each other, and they don't.
And this movie totally could have been subtitled. What did I say?
Oh no!
Creed 2, Fragile Masculinity.
Yeah, like
or something like that.
Emotion something. I don't know. Yeah. Fragile, like.
Oh yeah, Creed 2, Fragile Male Ego.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's like, but like that's the thing is, it felt like Creed was getting over that and was processing that, and then suddenly he's like, no, I'm gonna fight. And I'm like, where did this come from? And then when he's reaching out to people, they're like, you shouldn't do it. Well, what were you saying? I'm gonna do it. It's like,
the first time, because like the first time he fights him, spoilers. The first time he fights him, Drago's a nobody.
Yeah.
Who is just like, I'm challenging you because of... He doesn't even speak. It's fucking...
It's his dad!
We are challenging you because of your father. I'm doing it badly, so I'm not even gonna try. That's more German.
Well, he also does German accents, too, that guy.
Dolph,
Yeah. He's a German actor, I believe. Or Austrian. But anyway, someone really sexy. Anyway,
yeah, the first fight, he goes to Stallone, or he goes to Rocky.
Well, let's get to this Drago's character just in general.
Yeah,
Drago Jr.
Drago Jr.
All he is a
prop.
A prop. And there's no story even at the end. It just is it's a flop. His story is a flop. I want to know more about him, but he's literally just this blank, do this robot. Like, nobody's like that.
The conflict, but there is no real conflict, it felt like, between Drago and Creed. The only conflict really felt like there was animosity between Ivan and
mother.
And Rocky.
Yeah.
And Ivan
wanting to
Victor
make
Drago.
his son live out his life.
But like, Victor was just not a character. He
No.
was so static.
He was a good fighter. Oh my god, was he a good fighter.
Yeah, he's also a mountain.
Yes. Oh, I did say he's the mountain.
Yeah.
Anyway, like that's the thing, is the story could have been something else. It could have been stronger than what it was.
Mm-hmm.
This was...
It's like he gets into a fight that everybody tells him he's going to lose. He loses the fight, and you know he's going to lose the fight.
That's the thing, is people are like, you think I'm this, and the other people are like, no. It's like, be honest. You don't have to think that, but tell him why.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to, well, no, it's not because of that. It's because of blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But nobody does that. Nobody, like...
Yeah. Well, like, so he goes to Rocky, and he's like, I gotta take the fight because of my dad. And he's like, you don't gotta take the fight. I gotta take the fight. No, you don't gotta take the fight. You don't understand. You don't gotta take the fight. But I gotta take the fight, Rocky. No, you don't. You don't gotta take it. You don't understand. I'm not gonna be there for you if you take the fight.
Yeah, that was it. I'm not gonna be there for you.
But you don't understand, Rocky. Oh, I'm just not gonna be there if you take that fight.
So, like, that was the hard part. It was like buying his ambition to do it because for his dad. No, I felt like he was doing it as a crowd pleaser, as a...
Yeah, like everybody was kind of pressuring him into it.
Well, not everybody. The people closest to him, he ignored.
Yeah, exactly. And it was kind of like pride goeth before the fall. I know, but the whole pride goeth before the fall. He's the champ. The dude comes along and is like, you got to live up.
He seems so much smarter than that. Like he could have been. I felt like he just Stalloned. I felt like Stallone burrowed himself into that character
because he wrote the character.
Yeah, he's a good character,
Michael B. Jordan
too
looks
much.
too smart for that.
Yeah, he does. Some of the parts,
and he kind of pouted his way through a lot of this movie too. I have to say that there were a lot of like Michael B. Why am I doing that?
So there was a part.
Michael B. Jordan looking stoically off camera with his like jaw set.
There was a part between him and Stallone, and it felt like he wasn't even buying the stuff that he was saying that why he would need to fight.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, it just doesn't...
Yeah. And then he goes and loses, of course. I'm like, not even like well before that fight, I'm like, oh, he's going to lose. I'm like, thinking in my head, I'm like, oh, we're not even at the midpoint yet, so he's definitely going to lose this fight.
Yeah.
And of course he does. And then like, oh, he's depressed.
Well, he didn't lose.
Oh, right, that's right.
He got sucker punched.
He got the crap beaten out of him, and then the other guy got disqualified for...
Spoiler. Yeah. Anyway.
I thought we were going to be okay with spoilers, because this movie is 2 weeks old.
This one we can't, like... It's another Rocky movie, honestly.
He gets the crap beaten out of him, and he gets depressed, and then... There's a scene where his wife and mom are talking about him, and it's like, what do I do? And she's like, man, you just gotta love him and stick by him, and he's just gotta deal with it because he's a grown man, and that healing comes from inside. And we're both just like,
it's like, that's not how.
Facepalm.
So the thing that I really didn't like about it is it felt like it was setting back mental health help. Like, there was a lot of dialogue going on.
Yeah, going and punching the bag's cheaper than therapy.
But it could have been even deeper by really talking about the issue, and then it could have been a really passionate fight for the fight, like the original Rocky.
It kind of felt like the original Rocky.
Yeah.
It felt like that was a good movie.
Yeah.
This one, it just felt like he's like, oh, now I'm having a family and I got more to fight.
Yeah.
It's kind of, like.
But he had more to lose, so why? But like that was.
But he had to stand up and.
I got the end part because he had to do a fight anyway, and that's fine. If it was gonna be Drago, that would have been fine.
Yeah. I
have to do a fight anyway. They should have stuck with that for that fight. It was like, I have to do a fight, and this guy's but instead this guy's coming out.
Yeah. You know what would have been a much more.
Arranged it.
You know what would have been a much more interesting movie.
Yeah.
Having Drago kind of on the wings for more of it,
Yeah.
having to fight his way in more.
So two
or, like,
underdogs. Two underdogs.
no, not even two underdogs,
Or,
but like having a fight for Creed as the champ, where like he's obviously like not meeting it, they can't match him.
Yeah.
And then he loses his edge because of that.
Hmm.
And like then you have to go through the whole like he gets depressed because or whatever, something like that, and he kind of loses the will to fight because like
Yeah.
I don't know, for what it's lonely at the top.
Well, you
and,
could
like,
you could also
and
you
he
could do
knows
lose
that
the
this
will to
is-
fight or get so angry that
yeah,
like,
and like
you can
more
understand
people will be
that.
needling at him for why are you avoiding this? Like that you took a soft fight, you know. Let that get to his head. Let
Yeah.
that drag him down.
Yeah.
While you have this antagonist on the outside, and you can still go into the if you want to, the story of maybe it makes it even better. The story of Ivan and Victor, and like you don't have to get into the weird Russian sexual politics stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
Victor,
there's
she
so
left
many
me
things.
because I lost. She left us because I
Yeah.
lost.
So that
And
again,
they paint the Russians as
Matt-
like, we will only love you if you win. And they kind of
I
paint the
kind of felt that
Americans
was racist.
Oh, it's not racist, but it's definitely politics.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's just-
100%. That's what I meant. It's like very on the surface, the like
Yeah.
American-Russian politics in this movie, and what Sylvester
Yeah,
Stallone
you're
still
right.
thinks about Russia. Fairly or not fairly. And the whole bit about the Ukraine, like, okay, unsubtle politics in this film. So Ivan and Victor, after being Ivan, after being the hero of the Soviet Union and then losing, gets cast back to the Ukraine from whence he came. And if you are following global politics right now, Ukraine is kind of under siege from Russia, and
Yeah.
half of it's been annexed, the
Yeah.
Crimea. And so now you have this Ukrainian fighter who is trying to get back into Russia's good graces, and then, of course, when they lose at the end, spoiler alert, the Russians abandon them once more. Its politics are incredibly unsubtle,
Yep.
and it's kind of hilarious.
Like
we can talk about this
we,
forever.
I know we saw a review earlier where a person felt that Ivan's wife didn't fit. She did.
It was heavy-handed and
It was, but that was
awkward,
the
but
that
it was
that was
funny.
Stallone what was getting over.
And I mean, let's be fair. Rocky IV, which is kind of a very good companion film to this because it's a lot of the same themes. The like, I will break him, and then the like getting over the whole like Rocky got over Apollo Creed dying and to come back and fight the fight for the right reasons, etc. You know.
Yeah.
But
see, that was more of a journey than this. This was.
Oh, even the all is
Just
lost
so-
moment was
yeah.
so painful. So you like, spoilers, he collapses in the road running after Sylvester Stallone's car in the desert. And
Training.
you're like, training,
During
in
the
the training montage. And it's like, oh no, is he gonna get up? I even said in the theater, thank goodness the second act is over.
Yeah.
Like, the people behind us were bored, they were playing with their chairs. We turned to each other and
Yep.
said, I'm bored.
Yep.
About
Multiple
halfway
times.
through the second act. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
People were tapping their feet, talking. People do that when they're bored, when
Bored.
something's too slow.
Like, I don't know what happened with test audiences who thought this was good. I don't know if they gave them, like,
I don't know why
sugar
Rotten
or
Tomatoes give it
whatever.
83%.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cinematography, great. Acting, great. But without the story...
Totally. So do you want to do our verdict? If you're a Stallone / boxing film fan, watch it.
and you
when
don't...
it's on.
Yeah, you don't... Well, if you don't
And you
care...
can fast forward some parts. Watch it on Netflix.
So honestly, if you just like the Rocky franchise, I can respect that. If you just want to be there for like the fights and you love that, I get that. You probably want to see it in film like other people. story-wise and up to date with how things actually are wise, Netflix, like
Stream that.
streaming and Netflix. Just wait for it to come online and.
Unless you want to do like a good breakdown of toxic masculinity in modern film.
Yeah. So yes. Thanks for joining us, and please leave us your thoughts and comments. Yes.
Creed's been out for a couple weeks, so you can join in the conversation and maybe.
Don't be afraid of spoilers. And we warned you. We're the title says spoilers, so don't come complaining about spoilers.
Yeah.
All right.
And I guess we got some stuff coming up.
Yes, we do. We're gonna have some new stuff coming out, at least in January, at the very least.
Yeah, the holidays will be kind of busy. I think we're gonna.
I think we'll be a bit slower. Yeah.
Up doing
maybe vlogs.
Yeah,
we'll probably
do some stuff.
Yeah, we'll put something up for you guys.
Yeah. Maybe an update for where we're at with our other projects.
Yes.
Yeah,
you've got a lot going on.
I have a lot going on.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for joining us. If you enjoyed us, please leave us a like and don't forget to subscribe for more content. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye. Oh, it's so cute.
I know.